Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and we're back with the weekly Falcon and the Winter Soldier review, and this one's out a bit late this week because we were making our 100th video, and if you haven't checked that out, please feel free, it's on the channel now. And so we're back with the review for episode, is this 3 or 4?
It's 3, so this is the midpoint because there's only 6 episodes, which that's pretty good. That's pretty weird. I guess they felt they could fit the story into 3 episodes, but the third episode called Power Broker, which was obviously from the episode before that, episode 2, where you got the setup that Zemo was going to be in this episode. So
so they carried on that.
We'll
give some non-spoiler thoughts first. It was good.
I thought it was very good. Yeah, I thought this was on par.
Was good.
I thought at first that the second episode was better, but then now I'm kind of like flip-flopping as to which one I like more. I liked them both equally. Both of them are definitely better than the first episode, in my opinion. Like, both these 2 episodes are really good. First one was alright, but
the ending was, it was something.
I'm very interested to see where that goes. And Zemo, so far, in my opinion, is the best thing about this whole show. Everything Zemo
does been very good,
great, yeah. And
his development was very good.
Yeah, the other character that surprised. I mean, it wasn't a surprise that they were in there, but because they were in the trailer. But the fact that they showed up in this episode, which we didn't know about, is pretty cool. But I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. That's pretty much it for non-spoilers.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it already, go and watch it. It's on Disney Plus now. It's been out for a few days. So you've been warned. Spoiler warning.
So let's just get into spoilers now then, because I guess for this episode, it was more just them kind of bringing Zemo back and kind of having a big plot with him. They did develop a lot though, where obviously they go and break Zemo out of jail, which is that there's like that whole thing there. They reveal obviously to the people who don't know, who haven't been kind of watching the or who don't know anything about the comics, they just watch the MCU. They reveal to them that obviously Zemo's a baron, so he's like pretty much loaded. He's got like loads of money, and he's got.
I like that introduction scene to when they were when they were going onto the plane, and then like Falcon was really confused, and he was like, "Sam, I'm rich. I'm a baron. I'm rich. This is all given to me." And then
I really liked the bit before that as well. Like it was like one of the first scenes of the episode where he tries to read the words from Civil War to Bucky, and Bucky's like, that doesn't work anymore because obviously they've fixed me. So I thought that was interesting that they did that with Bucky, that he's fixed now, and pretty much seems like there's no going back to bring the Winter Soldier back, and it's like being mind controlled as the Winter Soldier in its like true form or whatever. So that's good. That's like a good character development. But
there's a big change for Zemo from Civil War to this, because he's a lot more. I feel like he's a lot more lighthearted in this.
Yeah, he wasn't as like kind of not droopy, but like what's the word? Kind of down in the dumps about it all.
Yeah, and he's a lot more lighthearted. And even though there's times in the episode where he's serious, does some serious things, like the stuff with his, I thought his butler and stuff, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know why, it reminded me of Batman when he was greeted by his butler,
like with Alfred.
Yeah. I just thought that was all really good, and there was a lot of funny humor with Zemo as well.
Yeah.
Like the dancing thing that's become a
that
meme.
That was proper funny. I started dying when Zemo was like, when they were all just like dancing, and then Falcon and Bucky just kind of walking around, and Zemo's just standing there like shaking his arm, bumming his head around. He looked like he just looked like it was probably funny, but
I feel like they've done Zemo in the MCU way, but I feel like it works.
Yeah, because I like that they didn't remove his depth from Civil War as well, where he's just gonna fight Falcon and Bucky, even though it has nothing to do with his motivation from Civil War. Like he's done what he had to in Civil War, which is making the Avengers basically split apart. And now he wants to obviously go and finish what he's done with the Super Soldiers, where he wants to end all Super Soldiers, which I think will result in him turning on Bucky and Sam, because that's one of the main things they set up in this episode. With that, he's going to kind of kill all the super soldiers because he wants to like finish what he started or whatever. When he wanted to like end that project, but
so they go basically find out more information. We get more information about the super soldier serum and stuff, and how it's been remade, and it's been remade in Madripoor, which is kind of
that's a good reference, because that's a big thing for X-Men, because that's Madripoor's a place from the comics. It's like an island. and it's like mostly associated with X-Men. So like I think it first appeared in the New Mutants comic. I think I can't remember what number it was, but I know it first appeared in the New Mutants comic. So that's pretty sick that they went to Madripoor and kind of referenced that as a X-Men kind of link, which I hope that means more X-Men soon. But I guess we'll find out eventually.
And obviously the way that Madripoor actually looked, it reminded me of Tokyo, like with the neon lights and stuff and the billboards and stuff. I thought it looked really good, and
I thought it looked really it kind of. I mean, this probably isn't a good thing to reference now, but it looked kind of like Cyberpunk. Like it looked, at least to me, it looked like
what? Oh, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, visually it looked like
yeah.
Cyberpunk. I think, which I thought. I mean, that like kind of neon sort of effect looks really cool to me. So I think it's good that they did that.
Yeah, and obviously we see that Zemo has his he has a reputation there with the people, and one interesting thing, which I think was one of like my more favorite parts of the episode, was the part where Bucky has to act like the Winter Soldier and he's still under control by Zemo, and how Zemo's like commanding him and stuff.
They had that scene as well where because obviously Bucky and Falcon are undercover. Falcon's undercover is like, what's his name? Conrad Mack or something. I know his second name
Smiling
Mac,
Tiger or something.
Yeah, which I assume his second name Mac was supposed to be a reference to Anthony Mackie, which I think is pretty cool. But the part when he's drinking the drink with that snake in it kind of reminded me of Temple of Doom. Do you remember Temple of Doom when they were eating they like cut the snake open and started like pulling out smaller snakes and eating them and all that? It kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, that stuff was cool. The only thing that I didn't like, I thought, okay, that's a bit contrived, was, in that scene where they were like talking to that old lady about the power broker or whatever, talking about the super soldier serum. Why did Sam not just turn his phone off? Like, why did he just leave it on, like leave his ringtone on or whatever, or leave it on vibrate?
I think it's all like, I definitely think that the stuff, like mistakes that are being made by Sam and Bucky is definitely just like showing that they're sort of growing into their superhero roles properly now, and there's still going to be some mistakes along the way. And I think that was one part of it, and I think that was also a good introduction for Sharon Carter.
Because I was about to say also they need to move the plot along so they can get Sharon involved, because obviously Sharon shoots the lady and I assume claims the bounty on her, because there was like a phone. They showed like a shot of a phone that says the bounty's been claimed or whatever. Or
I think the bounty starts. I think that's how
the bounty
gets sent out. Yeah.
Yeah, was it on Sam and Bucky?
Because they thought they killed. Yeah.
But Sharon kills that lady, and then obviously we get Sharon, who's a completely different character from Civil War. I don't think they really know what they want to do with Sharon, to be honest. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I thought she was way more interesting in here than she was in Civil War and Winter Soldier. But it seems like every time she appears, they just like try and throw a new personality at her. They're trying to get one to stick.
I think they're showing that she's gone like dark now.
Yeah, because like in Winter Soldier, she didn't really have a character. In Civil War, she was basically just acting like Peggy, sort of, but like a bit nicer. Not nicer, but you know what I mean. Like a bit less like gruff and sort of badass in that sense.
Yeah.
But then in this show, she's acting completely different. She's acting like a dark character and.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that they've done with Sharon is that she's one of the only like people who's like interacted with the Avengers who's actually been abandoned. Like she's actually like, if you think about it, she's actually one of the only people who's been abandoned in like a legal sense.
Yeah, I guess. What about like the kid from Iron Man 3 and all the? He
but
just
like,
showed up at Tony's funeral.
But he's not like a criminal or anything. She's like a criminal. Like she said, she said she can't go back to her family and stuff, and that's when we see Falcon say to her that I'm going to get you basically pardoned, which I assume would be one of his first acts is when he turns into Captain America.
That was a bit weird as well, where he was like, oh, I can pardon you, and she's like, oh yeah, that's going to happen. And he's like, okay, well, maybe if you shake my hand then it can happen. She's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll just do it then. Like, that was like, okay, bit contrived, but again, whatever. It's like, I'll just roll with that, I guess.
I mean, Sharon's a cool character. I think she's just one of those.
She was a lot better in here than she was in the movies. I think.
Yeah, I think I don't know. She's always been a character for me that's sort of been like like a throwaway character.
Yeah,
She's
they
there
kind of
to
like
help and move the plot along, but she really has no like big significance. But I did see a theory like on Instagram of people saying that she could be the power broker.
Power broker, yeah, I've seen that quite a few times as well. That would be like the easy, predictable thing to do. Which it wouldn't shock me if they went with that. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she would want to remake the Super Soldier Serum though.
I don't know. I mean,
like, because then obviously she probably hates Cap at this point. Like.
Well, no,
you
Cap's
know.
her uncle, which kind of makes Civil War a bit weird.
Oh no.
Yeah, you just realise that
they
now.
go back in time, don't? Oh.
Yeah. Did you just realise that now?
Nah, I didn't even realise that. You know, I didn't even think about it.
I'll be fair to this show. At least it's given her more of a character than just I'm the person who kissed my uncle. At least it's like they're giving her more of a character than that now. So
if she's the power broker, it doesn't really make much sense why she'd want the Super Soldier Serum like made in the first place. It makes sense why she'd be helping Bucky, Sam, and Zemo to find it though, because she wants to get the flag smashers, if that's like the thing, because we see at the end of the episode she gets in a car with her like assistant and says we've got bigger problems to worry about, which is obviously teasing something.
By the way, I just want to talk about, like that you just mentioned them, I want to talk about the flag smashers because I don't want to talk about them after this. I don't find these villains interesting at all in any way. Like I said this in the last video, but this episode just kind of like put it, like sent it home for me. Yeah, I think that they're really boring. I don't think they have, but like their motivation doesn't really make any sense to me. The thing where like Carly, I don't remember her second name, Erin Kellyman's character, where she like goes and blows up that building, and they try to make her threatening by blowing up a building. Like that, I didn't feel any sort of threat from that character at all. Like I was like, okay, you blown up a building, wow.
They tried to make that super dramatic, but it just didn't feel dramatic whatsoever.
Yeah, and
also their thing doesn't make much sense because what they say is that what they say is that in the episode is that with the Super Soldier Serum, they say that it like burnt their veins and then went to kill themselves because of the pain, and then they say after that they're going to give the Super Soldier Serum to the kids in the camp. So what if it did that to you and you're adults? What's it going to do to the bloody kids? Yeah. So I don't know. And they have that weird character.
Which one?
They had that weird like mother figure who dies with like some disease or something.
That was kind of weird as well. Like they don't really explain any, like, well, not explain, but like they don't really develop any of it well, in my opinion. Like I don't find them interesting at all. Like I just want it, every time we cut back to them, I was like, can we just go back to Zemo and Bucky and Falcon? But also another character who just randomly cut to this episode, which I think this episode could have been a lot shorter than it was John Walker and
Battlestar.
Battlestar, yeah.
I think the stuff with them was interesting. It was only like 3 scenes though, but the only reason I thought it was interesting was because the scene
that I thought was good was when the guy spits on him, because I thought that was kind of funny. Because like you see him like go crazy and start like basically say, "Do you know who I am?" Which obviously he's exhibiting that he's not like got Captain America's traits. Captain America's kind of more patient and
that's the only reason I found their scenes interesting, because it's showing him to be like a darker Captain America, obviously, and
and he doesn't exhibit the traits that
he is gonna become a loose cannon by the end of the series. Is definitely that's definitely gonna happen. He's just gonna start. I was surprised he didn't start beating the crap out of that guy who spat in his face. I was expecting that to happen, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess it doesn't like it's not really that big of a deal that they left those scenes in. I just think that they could. The only other one that, like, I guess both their scenes were pretty useful to the plot. Now that I think about it, it's just like it seemed like they were just cutting away from Sam and Bucky stuff to come back to them. Where the other scene where they basically say we're going to blame Sam and Bucky for breaking Zemo out, even though obviously they did do it, but it's just showing his like nefarious intent, I suppose. That's like my guess. But yeah, they had that whole scene where obviously they go to those containers to find the guy who made the Super Soldier Serum, which I thought that was a pretty interesting scene.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to represent some sort of mad scientist who like...
Yeah. Where obviously they all go and then Sharon like keeps a watch out and starts beating up all the people for them. All the people outside the containers, and then they talk to the guy, and he basically says that we made like Super Soldier Serum and using the test subject's blood or whatever, which obviously they're talking about Isaiah. And then
I guess, explores his character a bit more than just showing him in last week's episode and just like not referring back to him again. So that was interesting because
Especially
they couldn't do it to Steve.
When Sam says about like they talked about him like he wasn't even a person, he's just like a number kind of, which I thought that was an interesting thing to talk about. But yeah, after that scene, like
it doesn't matter about that guy, that scientist guy anymore because Zemo shoots him.
Yeah, which, as I say, Zemo just shoots him in the face. Oh, not in the face, he just shoots him in the chest.
I think he just shoots him in the heart, but like...
You know the other thing I didn't get, actually? I mean, this is, like, weird. Like, obviously, because it's the MCU. But there's a scene in this episode where Sharon's, like, fighting, and she gets a gun, she shoots a guy in the face, and there's no blood on his face at all. Now, okay, that doesn't make any sense. So his head should be, like, splattered against that wall by now. Or there should be, like, some trace of blood. He shouldn't just get shot in the face and fall, like, get thrown on the floor and be relatively fine-looking. I didn't really understand that. That was a bit weird.
I don't know. I guess they're trying to pull back on the violence, I guess. So.
Yeah, it is the MCU, so I guess they're not really wanting to go that dark.
They said that, as well, that there's 20 super soldier, like, serum vial things. And, 8 of them have been taken by the Flag Smashers, so there's 12 more, which... I don't know who they're trying to give them to. They said the kids, but I don't believe that. There's got to be some like more interesting. There's got to be, like you said, there's got to be some bigger person behind them. Yeah. It's got to be more interesting than that. I don't know. I'm not sure though.
I'm not expecting someone like Red Skull or some like big villain like that, but. I mean, there's got to be someone bigger. Like, there's no way they're just, like, on their own.
I guess Flag Smasher, like, in the comics, is one guy, and he's sort of a big villain himself, but it's not going that route. Unless there is, like, one guy, it's going to be the Flag Smasher who's from the comics.
My best guess is the Power Broker. Well, he's going after them, actually.
He's going after them, so he's technically on the same side as everyone else, but he or she, or if it's Sharon, or whoever it is obviously using more violent and brutal ways, but I think we'll see Captain America do.
All I know is that whatever happens, I think somehow that Power Broker guy is going to be linked to John Walker, and he's going to give John Walker the Super Soldier Serum, because that's what happens in the comics, where Power Broker gives John Walker his powers, and that's how he kind of goes, like, more sort of stronger, which I think would be interesting if they gave John Walker the Super Soldier Serum, and then he becomes like...
Well, this is 6 episodes long. I want to see how they do all this in 3 episodes, because I feel like Falcon's gonna, like, he's meant to become Captain America, like, at the end of the season. So,
yeah, in the final episode, I think that's what
unless they leave it, like, sort of on a cliffhanger sort of thing and announce a second season straight after.
Yeah.
Like, and then they put that out soon. Not soon, but like by the end of the year or like at the start of next year. But I think they'd have to wrap this story up before like Doctor Strange, like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange and all that.
Yeah, because the thing with Falcon is obviously, I mean, it's not really, I don't know if I want to say this because it's sort of a spoiler, but I don't think it's a spoiler. They showed this stuff. All the toy companies have released pictures of their Falcon as Captain America figures, so we know that's going to happen by the end of the show.
Yeah, and we've fully seen the suit and the wings and stuff, and it's completely different.
I think that he's going to have that for like the final scene. You probably won't do a whole lot in it, like in that suit.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be like much of a big thing in this show. I think they'll like make it a big thing that he's become Captain America, but in terms of getting his suit, it'll just be the final episode. At least I
definitely think we'll see some sort of like end credit scene where we see like where it'll say something like Captain America and the Winter Soldier will return in, and then they'll say something else,
like season 2 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But I think
there was also the whole thing with like Falcon and when they were on the plane at the end, and Falcon's like, I might have made a mistake by like giving up that shield, but so we need to basically. Not get it back, but you know what I mean? He needs to, like, kind of...
Doesn't Bucky say, I'm going to take it back myself if you don't?
Yeah, he does, so... I guess Bucky wants to become Captain America, maybe? That's, like, my best guess. I don't know.
Well, because I think he thinks that... I think Bucky thinks now that, because Sam gave up the shield, that he can't... Like, that just shows that he can't ever be Captain America, because Captain America wouldn't give up his own shield. But, to be fair, Captain America did give up his shield in Civil War, so there you go.
Yeah, he just dropped it for Tony, didn't he? Tony obviously said to that you don't deserve it. But, I think after that they have the whole fight scene where Zemo comes out with his mask on as well, when he was, like, fighting people.
That was sick. That was sick, he was blowing up people.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, Ron, that was pretty cool.
I do want to see him turn into a bad guy, though. I don't want to see him work with Sam and Bucky for the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
as long as
he's
they
doing
give
some
him some
dodgy
sort of
stuff.
good motivation, I think it would be fine.
Like, when he shot the scientist, they made it out to be, like, this big thing. Like, oh, why did you shoot the scientist? But, like, he did it so he doesn't make any more super soldier serums, which...
Yeah, so exactly he had some noble intent behind it. I think by the end of the show...
what Sam and Bucky
I think by the end of the show, he's going to turn back, turn good again, I think.
Turn good or bad?
Not good, sorry, turn bad again, because turn against the good guys, I meant. Where he'll turn against, because obviously Bucky's a super soldier and he wants to kill all the super soldiers, so I think that he'll turn and fight Bucky.
Maybe it'll be like that. Maybe it'll be like, as soon as they defeated all of them, and then maybe he'll go against John Walker as well. Then, because if John Walker takes super soldier serum,
that
would make sense as well. Then maybe at the end he just turns and says something, just tries to shoot them. But who knows? I mean, I think after that we got to the final scene where Zemo, Sam, and Bucky are going somewhere to camp out and go and track down.
They went to go meet someone, didn't they?
They went to go meet someone and then I think lay low for a tiny bit before they track the flag smashers or something. And then obviously we see the big ending scene where the Bucky hears a beeping in the street and says, "I'll catch up with you guys." Then he slowly finds these beads, which obviously, if you've watched Black Panther, the Wakandan beads that T'Challa wears on his wrist and Shuri wears on their wrist, and obviously that's left for him to be sort of tracked. He's in touch with the Wakandan still, I guess. He knows their sort of calling signs and stuff. And then we see, I don't remember what the character's name is. I think you know the name.
Ao or I? I think it's Ao. It's not Io, is it? That's not how it's pronounced. It's AYO. It's AO, I think.
Who is the one of the Dora Milaje who was in Civil War and obviously Black Panther. She was the first one
we saw. She was we saw her before Okoye.
Yeah,
so
and
that was pretty cool.
She goes, "I've come to get Zemo." And then it ends. And then we hear the Wakanda music, the drums. That was sick. Yeah,
I hope that doesn't mean they've come to kill Zemo, because that doesn't make any sense with Black Panther. I don't think they'd kill motivation in Civil War. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not actually. She just says, "I'm here for Zemo," so I assume they're gonna take him back, how they did with exactly how they tried to do with Claw. So I assume it's that. But I feel like with someone with Zemo, it would have been T'Challa that came. Depending on when this actually was recorded, we were discussing this, whether Chadwick Boseman could have actually recorded these scenes. Obviously, because I think this would have been finished before he passed away.
Yeah, because I think it was done shooting in 2019, I assume. Because it was shooting back then, I know that.
But it was also a matter of his health and stuff and whether he could actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, he did film a few movies fairly, recently before his death, so, I mean, who knows?
Well, in the director said in episode 5 there's a cameo.
No, no, I'm not going down this stupid road
Well, the director did say it. Well, he said it, so we can take that. They said that about
WandaVision?
Yeah, no, but WandaVision's just whatever now.
I mean, yeah, at the time it wasn't.
Yeah, but we've seen this Wakanda thing now, so
maybe they did that with WandaVision to lower our expectations for this, and then it would be even more surprising when we see someone actually show up.
Well, apparently it's a tear-jerking scene, so the only two things it could be for tear-jerking scene, in my opinion, is if Cap comes back, or if there's something to do with Cap, which I don't think is that tear-jerking. Something to do with Tony, which would just be completely out of just nowhere, because they've only mentioned Tony once this whole season, and there's nothing, I don't think, that really links to him in here. And then the only other thing, which would be proper tear-jerking, Chadwick Boseman. Which I think it could be. I think it could be something as simple as a hologram or something where he's just talking to them.
We don't know. Who knows what it is? I don't know.
It could be him actually being there, but who knows? I mean, if it is, that's gonna be mad.
I mean, they did say what if is his final performance, but they didn't say how many other performances he'd potentially done before that. So,
well, what if is his final performance? But what if ain't out yet?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, that we don't know how many other ones he could have shot. So. I don't know. I'm not gonna kind of think about it.
We're not gonna say that it could happen, but obviously the director has said it's a tear-jerking scene in in episode 5. Obviously that's not this week. That's the week after. Yeah. And then I think he said cameo. He said something about a character being in there that we haven't seen yet. So, yeah.
I don't know who it could be. I'm waiting to find out, though.
Well, the thing is, with the appearance of the Wakandans, the chances of Chadwick Boseman being in there is increased, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
It's interesting to see where, like, what the Wakandans actually, like, what's their role going to be, because obviously they're not just going to disregard that next episode. At least I hope they don't. I'm pretty sure she'll go with them.
They can't just, like, drop that and then just leave it. Like, just in the next episode. They can't just, like, ignore that. That's something you can't ignore, I don't think, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll go with them.
It's pretty cool, though, that they've linked it to Wakanda. I mean, they were talking about Wakanda constantly throughout the show. So, I mean, it's
not gonna lie, this is like, even in this episode before she turned up, they were dropping hints about Wakandans.
Yeah.
You think the Wakandans forgot about you blowing up buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah, they
king.
talked about Wakanda, like, all the time, so.
I guess one thing I'd say about this is that, to be honest, it's a bigger cameo than anything we got in WandaVision, not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Even just Aya showing up.
Which, I mean, they just use that for a boner joke, so maybe they'll use Ayo for some sort of boner joke or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, would it shock you after WandaVision?
They won't do anything like as a joke with the Wakandans.
Like just taking a straightforward like approach more than WandaVision.
They can joke around like Zemo dancing and stuff, but they can't make a joke out of anything big, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because WandaVision was like this fake reality thing where they could have just done anything, really, so...
Yeah.
They gave him a lot more, like, breathing room, I guess. But that was really the end of the episode. Yeah, and then now we're just waiting for the next week's episode. I have a feeling that the Wakandans are going to play a big part in next week's episode, whatever it is. Like, whatever they do. Because obviously that was the ending, and usually with this show, the ending usually ties into the start of the next episode, so we'll probably see it pick up.
Yeah, it's not like WandaVision where they just, like, drop some breadcrumbs and they just don't pick up on them until, like, a few episodes later, or, like, a bit later. Or not at all in some cases. But, yeah, I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, overall, a very good episode. The ending was the best part, in my opinion. Zemo was also one of the best parts. It's good to see Zemo back. It's good to see Wakanda getting back into the mix.
More Zemo, more Wakanda is always good in my eyes. I love both of those things in the MCU, so...
overall, very positive episode.
Yeah, so you guys make sure you let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Be sure to hit the like button so we can share this video around YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Be sure to check out our Instagram, link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.